The big story from the French cap over the last few days is the fact that Kylian Mbappe broke his nose against Austria, and obviously every single stage of his recovery, given how big a player he is, has been monitored under a huge microscope. This is what Didier Deschamps had to say, the latest on his availability to play the Netherlands tomorrow. Everything was going in the right direction yesterday. He was able to go out and do activities like he did this evening. Things are moving in the right direction so that he can be available tomorrow. Now, what's going on with the French is that they just need to win one of their last remaining 2 matches to guarantee a place in the knockout stages. So on paper, you think, oh, they're taking on the Netherlands. That's a big game. Not as big as it could be, Don.
No.
So given that, do you start him in this time?
No. Why would you? Why would you take the risk? If you need him, last 20 minutes, you might throw him on if it's a little bit desperate, but the bigger picture is you give him enough game time, rest time to rest him for the third game. That's the most important thing. Trust the young players that you've got. Trust the squad that they can get the job done, because you're not talking about the best Dutch squad that we've seen for quite a while, and I'd be stunned if he starts tomorrow.
Bigger games to come. You've broken your nose.
Yep.
Like, when are you back to being able to play at your best? Because your best wasn't really that good anyway, so it's not a big
Thank you. Thank you. You're just kicking in after your Iñaki Williams.
That's all right.
Shambles.
Everyone's forgotten about that. I don't know why you bring that up.
No, I've never played with a mask.
OK.
So I've not done that.
Tried it?
Maybe.
You lead me up.
When am I going?
I mean, look at that. You lead me up.
2 days to go. No, because I don't know what the difference is. Obviously, it's protection, but it must be a hindrance in terms of having wrapped around your face.
Yeah.
I just think days, and then you're ready for match.
And then you're ready to go.
Fine. Yeah.
Remember Heung-min Son at Tottenham last year playing with a mask on?
Yes.
And he ripped it off.
Yeah.
Because it's just,
yeah.
You know, it has...
Like your peripheral vision must be...
Well, Fabregas said the same when he was at Chelsea.
Who's sitting next to me, Don?
Fabregas said the same. He said it was...
I played with a few players, I think the invisible ones of these, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't see over there.
The blinkers on.
You know, the other side of it is, and I don't sort of jest when I say this, is that if we get to the real crux of this competition, could be a Spain, France, you know, England, whatever it is, and the ball's in the 6-yard box, if somebody fizzes a ball in, France are getting beaten, and it's there, you know, and is he diving in there, Mbappe, thinking, I'm going to get another boot in the nose, splattered all over the place again, this is going to be terrible, but it's going to get me a goal. These questions they start to, I mean, it's certainly a question for us, and I think is it a question in his own mind. If you think to Raul Jimenez at Wolves, the Mexican player who had a terrible head injury. I mean, he plays with this big sort of sponge thing on it to protect it, and he always questioned, is he... And he might, but is he really going to put his head back in there at a crucial time? And I think that'll be one of the questions about Mbappe if somebody tries to get physical with him. How much of this is in his mind and how much is he thinking about it? Because it's not going to affect what he does with his feet.
Right.
But...
That's what he does with his feet.
What he does with his feet. But if somebody if a team gets physical with him, or a ball's there to be challenged and the elbows are up and all that, how is he going to cope?
Human nature to stay out the way of it.
Say this that doesn't go well for Mbappe. Can France win the World Cup, win the Euros without him?
No, I don't think so. I think you're looking at France and the performance that they had in their first match against Austria. It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't all that convincing. It wasn't great, certainly. And you look at teams that have sort of been underwhelming in some sense, disappointing in some sense. That performance from France, I think, qualifies as that. And so I don't see a French team that has the capability of winning this without Kylian Mbappe. And to the point that Don was making in terms of days to play with a broken nose, I've broken my nose twice within days. And I broke it, got a repair, went to play again, broke it again. Nice. It's a wonderful time to be had by everybody. Wonderful. What I can tell you is, in days, it's not going to be any better. So if you're Kylian Mbappe, and to Craig's point, it's not, look, it's broken.
Right.
They'll set it, maybe look well, and maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is they're going to stay broken. And eventually, you're just going to have to play without that fear. If you're willing to play and make a difference in the manner that you should, somehow you're going to have to get that out of your mind. But if you're just concerned and middling and messing around with your mask the whole time, and that's what's in your head and that's what you're thinking about, that obviously limits your ability to be the player that France needs in order to win the Euro.
Who would have thought that this is the only nose that's not been broken?
I know, given the size of it as well. That's a big target.
I know, look at that.
Definitely.
It's a big one.
So then it is France against the Netherlands tomorrow. Let's take a look at everyone's predictions going into that tie. Still no problem without Kylian Mbappe. Everyone going for a French victory.